My apologies for us running late. We were coming from another event on the north side. My name is Olga George. I am the City of Pittsburgh and Mayor Ed Gainey's press secretary. I thank you all for coming out here today for the grand opening ribbon cutting ceremony for the Penn Circle Two-Way Conversion project. This is a project that has been long in the making. This project reconnects East Liberty's street grid. Now, we know that this was originally designed in the 1960s, and unfortunately, the Penn Circle Ring Road, when it created the 4 lanes of traffic in this neighborhood, sort of disconnected this neighborhood, and this project has brought that back. At this time, I would like to bring forth the East Liberty Development, Inc. Deputy Director, Skip Squad.
Thank you. Thank you. I am here representing Maylene Myers, the Executive Director of ELDI. She is out of town, and she insisted that I come here and speak. And for those of you who know me, I don't like speaking, so she insisted, and she insisted because of the importance of this project. When Maylene came to ELDI in 1996, she spent 3 years doing community organizing, outreach, and the one thing that she heard repeatedly was fix the road. It's 4 lanes, it's high speed, it's dangerous, you can't get across it, it's not pedestrian friendly. And so that led to the 1999 East Liberty Community Plan. And I'm simply just going to read from it. Penn Circle, which routes traffic around the business district, has isolated the commercial core from the surrounding neighborhoods. It discourages access into the commercial district, disorients visitors, inconveniences local occupants, and is hazardous to pedestrians. Other than that, it was fine. So this has been a long haul. The first phase of the two-way conversion was Penn Circle South, which was for the first phase of the East Side development in 2002. So I want to really thank Mayor Gainey, the administration, and the URA for getting us to the finish line. Thanks.
Thank you, Skip. Now, the Penn Circle Two-Way conversion was completed during the summer's months and has been fully converted, as you can see with the traffic behind us, to two-way traffic. In addition, this project includes multiple safety upgrades for pedestrians, cyclists, and motorists. That includes 34 total stripped crosswalks, more than 6,000 square feet of additional green space, and 10 additional parking space, including 51 new trees, among other things. And one of the engineers, DOMI Municipal Traffic Engineer, Mike Malik, who this project is a project of love. And I want to say desire, and meant a lot to him to get done. Mike.
Thanks, Olga. So we know urban renewal projects, Pittsburgh is not alone in having been damaged. This is across the country, this is happening. And I really want to thank the URA for transforming what was a 4-lane, one-way ring road. Not a place for fast-moving vehicles, but a place for people. And I know this was a lot, I came in, actually, I started on this probably 4 or 5 years ago, and I think that was kind of late in the game for this project. That's how long of a road it's been. And their dedication and steadfast commitment to delivering it means a lot to me as well as to see. So thank you, URA. In terms of Vision Zero, this project is also a shining example of what a Vision Zero project can look like in the city of Pittsburgh. Vision Zero is a worldwide movement where municipalities, cities, states are making commitments to reduce traffic fatalities and serious injuries to zero. And Mayor Gainey, I wouldn't be able to stand up here talking about Vision Zero if it weren't for your pledge that you signed for the city of Pittsburgh in March 2024. And I know how much traffic safety and overall safety means to your administration, so thank you very much. I appreciate that, thank you. Y'all are too nice. I'm not used to this. So, in terms of being a professional, this project means two things to me. It means mobility and it means safety. You know, it's easy for me to stand up here, hindsight's 2020, and say a 4-lane ring road, it doesn't work. It doesn't work for those who live, work, and play here. It didn't work for those who walk, cycle, and drive here. It was creating a highway context in a dense, urban, vibrant neighborhood. With the completion of this project, one of the last vestiges of urban renewal is now gone. And what did this conversion look like? And Olga stole some of my thunder. I'm gonna say it again, like 51 street trees, 34 new marked crosswalks. Yeah, that's right, the crosswalks mean a lot to people. I'm not gonna clap myself, but 4,000 feet of dedicated bike facilities, 4,000 feet of two-way traffic, 1 lane in each direction as opposed to the original condition. And there are a lot of Pittsburghers who either choose to or have no choice but to interact with this road on a daily basis. And this project has made 4,000 feet of roadway safer, more friendly, greener, more accessible. And while that might not sound like a lot, 4,000 feet, whether we like it or not, the spaces that we interact with on a daily basis impact us as humans. Mentally, physically, emotionally. So to me, this is more than a transportation project. This is transforming an environment for the better in a part of the city that has been harmed in the past. And when I think about safety, this project delivers a veritable suite of traffic safety measures that have demonstrated crash reductions. In the city of Pittsburgh, we found that replacing old, outdated traffic signal infrastructure with new, state-of-the-art equipment, 33% reduction in crashes. There were 5 full signal replacements on this job. That's almost 1% of all of them in the city. The addition of bike lanes on roadways has shown anywhere from a 30 to 50% reduction in crashes. And this project has 4,000 feet of bidirectional bike facilities. Yeah, you should be excited. 30% of vulnerable road user crashes occur at the intersection. And when I say vulnerable road user, I mean those who are walking or biking, those who have the most to lose in a crash. This project is designed and constructed 2 protected intersections, one at Penn and Euclid, one at Station and Highland. This is a design treatment that really helps to calm traffic and reduce conflicts between turning vehicles and vulnerable users. It improves sight lines between turning vehicles and bikes and pedestrians. It greatly reduces the speed of turning vehicles. And it also reduces the crosswalk length one must physically traverse when they're making their crossing movement as signal. A study in San Francisco showed that there's near 100% yielding compliance at protected intersections between turning vehicles and pedestrians. Like everyone here has felt that experience where you are where you're supposed to be when you're supposed to be there. You're in the crosswalk when you're getting your walk signal, and you know what it's like to have a car stop short, buzz you. You have to stop your walking maneuver to avoid the car, and it's terrifying. So near 100% is an incredibly meaningful statistic. As both a resident as well as a traffic engineer, I'm so grateful to have been a part of this project. Thank you.
Thank you, Michael. This is a project of love for a lot of our DOMI workers. And I need to make sure that we give, and if they're here, Patty Kearns, Project Manager, Traffic Signals, as well as Project Manager Sean Stevens for the traffic calming measures, which is very important. We also need to acknowledge the Michael Baker International Construction Company and McCain Engineering for the beautiful work that they have done. Now, celebrating the completion of this multi-year Penn Circle Two-Way Conversion project is an integral part of the Phase 1 of the East Liberty Transit Revitalization Investment District, short for ELTRIDA, implementation plan. Its efforts continues by the URA and the City of Pittsburgh to reconnect the East Liberty neighborhood into an urban grid while increasing pedestrian access and, as Michael stated, improving safety. Now to speak on the behalf of the URA is URA Executive Director Shushila Neiman-Stanger.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you, City. All the city departments who participated in this and helped us bring this project to fruition. Today we celebrate a new chapter for this neighborhood. My name is Sushila Namani-Stanger. I'm the Executive Director of the URA. I have a lot of colleagues here today. So I do want to touch on the past briefly, celebrate today, and then finish by giving you a brief capital stack of how we actually funded this, and then just calling out some URA colleagues of mine who worked on this project in a steadfast manner since 2002. I won't go through every name, but I will say that I did text 2 URA former executive directors this morning just to double check my facts. As we stand here today and celebrate the completion of the new two-way conversion, it's important to confront the history of this neighborhood and how this project came to be. Many of you either remember or have heard stories of a time when this neighborhood business district thrived so much that it was called Pittsburgh's second downtown. However, the city and URA's construction of a one-way directional highway cut off the business district from the residential areas and led to business closures and displaced residents. That decision had a lasting impact, stifling the economic and social fabric that flourished here. But I don't want to be someone's phone ringing up. But I don't want to be a Monday morning quarterback and criticize actions of our predecessors, because I don't believe that adding the circle was an intentionally malicious act in the 1960s. I believe that they were following best practices at the time. The strategy to create an urban pedestrian mall, as you indicated, was advanced in many other cities, and the goal was to compete with suburban malls. This project actually in the 1960s won an Excellence in Design Award by Civil Engineering Association. Lori Moran was going to bring the plaque today, but she had car trouble and is not going to be able to make it. I believe in my head and heart that what we've done today to correct the urban renewal project of the past is the right thing. What we've done today is a human scale project that prioritizes safety and reinstitutes the street grid. And the street grid, as we know today, is timeless and it functions. The best we can do when we advance projects in our communities is to be students and learn from best practices, and most importantly, understand the needs of people and lead those projects with compassion. So again, I believe this project is worth celebrating today. Today we turn the page, and the first segment in front of Whole Foods, as Skip mentioned, was completed in 2002. The second segment, from Highland to Station, was completed in 2009. That was in front of Target. And now the final segment began in 2016, and it's finished today. So I appreciate so much of the professional stamina that my colleagues have exhibited. Can the URA staff please just raise your hand? Former and current URA staff, thank you. I'm not going to name every person that worked on this project, but I want to thank some key members: Gordon Hall, Corey DeRico, Tom Link, Nazine, Emily, Jack, Waze, Rebecca Davidson-Wagner, Paul Alessio, Crin, Mac, and of course our funders who made this possible. The Biden administration, the PA Department of Community and Economic Development, DCED, the City of Pittsburgh, and the URA board members, and most importantly, the 3 taxing bodies who helped us unlock the value capture tool to leverage investment generated as a result of developments and fund the majority of this project through a TRID value capture tool. The taxing bodies, the city, county, and school district have been very generous in their support of economic development projects since 1993. That's all I have. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Shushila. Next, I would like to bring forward DOMI Director Kim Lucas, who will talk about the potential future projects.
Thank you, Olga. Thank you to everybody who has already spoken today. Obviously, this is an amazing project. I have a lot of notes here about acknowledging the importance of community collaboration. We've already heard a lot of those partners mentioned, but thank you again to the Urban Redevelopment Authority, Mackin Construction, Michael Baker International, all the folks past and present that are working for DOMI and other city departments to bring this to fruition. I'd like to highlight the department's commitment to modernizing infrastructure. We're the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure, and in our role today, we're trying to make a city that works and serves the people of the city. And the road as it was previously was not one that fit into today's context. And so in this effort, we've modernized a network and has now made it fit for a vibrant and growing East Liberty community. There are broader impacts on mobility and connectivity with this work. This isn't just about traffic patterns getting changed and restoring streets to two-way traffic, but we're also knitting together communities again. A lot of people sitting here may have made the same observations I have, but I have to think that in my role as director of DOMI that I kind of notice things in our right-of-way a little bit differently. In the 20 minutes I've been here today, I've seen small children riding bikes through this infrastructure and they were safe. I've seen adults getting where they need to go in cars and in bikes. I saw a delivery vehicle that fortunately came off of the sidewalk behind me that is doing what they need to do. They're doing business. They're bringing goods to someone's house. People are getting their needs met. I saw someone walking, maybe not at the intersection, but they had a closer distance that they had to cross because we now have some protected pedestrian infrastructure in place. And so I am grateful, even though it took time, that all of the hands came together to bring this to where it is today. And finally, as we celebrate today, I want to emphasize that our work is ongoing. We remain committed to making Pittsburgh's streets not only safe and functional, but also places where our residents feel welcome and connected. Thank you.
Thank you, Kim. Next is a person who is no stranger to this project, who knows this project as intimately as Michael, the Honorable Mayor of Pittsburgh, Mayor Ed Gainey.
Good afternoon, everybody. Ed, how long has this project been?
62 years.
62 years. Skip, how you feel today?
Feeling great.
Feeling good, Mom. Let me first, give a lot of credit to East Liberty Development, Maylene Meyer, Skip, for all the advocacy that you've done for this project through decades. I also want to thank East Liberty Chamber of Commerce, Eddie Lassoon, Ms. Moran, for their advocacy work and wanting to see this happen. Michael Baker, they everywhere, huh? Everywhere Michael Baker is. Want to thank them. Want to thank the community. You know, the other day, I rode on this for the first time. Like, I'm raised in East Liberty. I'm actually from East Liberty. And so I rode on this for the first time, and it felt strange. It felt strange that you could ride around the circle. Like, for my whole childhood life, you couldn't do that. For my childhood life, you had to drive around and around, and if you missed a turn, you had to drive around again. To be here today, to be able to celebrate the two-way conversion is, not only is it exciting, it's almost unbelievable. When you grow up in the community and you see for yourself, and then you come back and you see what it is today, it just continues to show me what can happen when you have a community like East Liberty that continue to come together, foster the ability to dream, have a vision that they can accomplish, and now you're seeing the fruits of that two-way conversion in East Liberty. Unbelievable. And I just want to thank everybody who played a part of putting the East Liberty plan together. URA, I want to thank my predecessors, Bill Peduto, Luke Ravenstall, Ricky Burgess. We've had a host of council people, a host of mayors that this project goes back that far. And without everybody's commitment to this neighborhood, it wouldn't have gotten done. And so it's easy to stand up here and say we put the finished touches on it as an administration. But it's much more gratifying to say, wow, this is a project that I've worked on for about over 20 years. I was in my 20s. Boy, I might be 30 years. But it's good to see it completed. It's good to see progress. And it's good that it's much more safer. Safer for everybody. And as long as we continue to build safe streets, I believe we can get to 0 fatalities. I believe we can get there. But it's going to take all of us. It's going to take all of us having an understanding of how we get to safety, respect for one another, and the ability to dream outside of what things used to be. But to be able to dream of what things can be. And we put our collective minds together to be able to think about what we can build. This is only an example of what the mind can dream. And so for everybody, for the last 30 years that has played a part in the transformation of East Liberty, I want to say thank you. I grew up on Collins Avenue. I go past Collins Avenue right now. It looks like nothing that it looked like when I grew up. I stayed in the high-rise. 6209 was the high-rise building that I stayed in. Then we moved to the low-rises. So when I say that I seen the transformation of East Liberty, I know what it was, and I know what it is today. And it could be this way unless everybody played a major part. So to everybody who played a part in making this a safe community again, thank you.
Thank you, Mayor. One additional thank you, a very important thank you, is to the general contractor of this project, Frank J. Satola. Come on forward, sir. Don't be shy. They can't see you guys. This is a beautiful work. Come on forward. I would like Frank J. Satola, general contractors, to come forward. Michael Baker International, McKean Engineering, if you guys can come forward to be acknowledged and recognized, and to have the golden slippers. Well, scissors, not slippers, scissors, because at this time we will be cutting the ribbon. Yes, we're enjoying this space. I would like to also bring forward Michael McCulloch, yes.
I forgot to mention.
Uh-oh.
Councilman Kahari Mosley.
Is,
Can y'all put y'all's hands up? Officer Kahari Mosley is here.
okay. Michael, Miss Kim, Sean, and Patty, come forward. Mayor.
Everyone set? And 3, 2, 1.